So, my mother and brother-in-law are in town. My brother-in-law is training for the Chicago Marathon, and Anthony has a long run tomorrow. So, I am going to try and make something that will help the two of them run somewhere in the 14 to 20 mile range. And I'm also going to try and make something that my mother-in-law will like. We're going to start by putting the biscotti in the oven, and here's a little secret. I use my late father-in-law's recipe. It's honestly the only biscotti I'll eat, and my mother-in-law shared the recipe with me recently so I could include it in my cookbook. I made them for Anthony recently, and it was a little emotional. He took one bite and he said, "I haven't had these biscotti since my father died. Of all the things I'm making today for this dinner, this one is the one that makes me the most nervous." Once again, I'm taking a cue from my late father-in-law. One of Judy's favorite things to eat was his penne pasta, and he would make a very simple red sauce, and his secret was to add carrots. And that's what I do. I add carrots so that I don't have to add sugar or other kinds of refined sweeteners to make the sauce really, really sweet. It's just naturally sweet and delicious. And look at these tomatoes. They're just so beautiful right now. Okay, so it's going to get a little dark, and I mean literally. You're in my garage. Yep, we're inside my garage, which is where I have my second refrigerator. Earlier today, I made a dough for some focaccia, and it's been proofing in the fridge for about 6 hours. Normally, I'd want to proof it for a lot longer, but I don't have time. I always feel so guilty about throwing away those little plastic bags you get from grocery shopping, so I always find ways to repurpose them, and one of my favorites is to cover the dough. So here are the carrots that I mentioned earlier. Every time I add carrots to the sauce, of course, I think about my late father-in-law, but I also think about this time this one Italian food blogger got really angry with me for adding carrots and told me I was culturally misappropriating red sauce.
For a towel, any of those out there?
Right there.
Undoubtedly, the trickiest part about making biscotti is figuring out for how long they need to be cooked and then how long they need to sit in the oven just drying out. Definitely turned out pretty good, but I was still really nervous. I was, however, pretty heartened by the fact that my brother-in-law kept stealing them from the tray that I took out a little bit early. He couldn't stop eating them. My mother-in-law loves rosemary, and since I'm making both roasted potatoes and focaccia today, two of her favorites, I thought I'd make a really quick rosemary-infused butter.
Sparkling, right?
But it's not cold. There she is, my beautiful, amazing mother-in-law. And here is our newest family member, Lulu. Okay, so far so good. She's eating the food. In fact, she cleaned her plate and went for potatoes.
There we are,
Here we are. You can totally tell how nervous I am.
looking delicious. I'm
Folk.
taking this one.
Big old one, good.
Good and crispy.
I'll take it.